So guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I actually wasn't planning on filming a video today, but I was watching some YouTube videos and I saw the hashtag Dear Me going around and I was wondering what it was about, so I watched a few videos and I kind of fell in love with the idea behind it. So basically YouTube started a campaign called Dear Me, and it encourages users to upload video letters with advice to their younger selves aimed at helping girls deal with problems. And it's kind of the #1 trending topic right now, and I love the idea of that because there are so many ways that we can help out our fellow Coco goddesses kind of find their inner goddess, but we're not spreading that information. And as my dad would say, if you don't spread the knowledge, you're kind of just wasting it. So I'm here to spread some knowledge. So I thought about what I would tell my younger self, and I realized it's kind of the same advice that I would give to a friend or to my younger cousins or even to myself now. Some of the things that I repeat to myself just to make sure that every day that I wake up, I am always being myself to my full potential. I am 100% me and giving myself 100% of what I should be giving myself. So I wrote down in my blog book some of the things or some of the advice that I would give myself. So the first thing is that everything you want can and will be yours. I think a lot of the times we think that everything that we want to achieve is too much, or we want to take a stab at this and take a stab at this, and because they're two different industries or two different topics that we can't achieve both, that we have to stay in our lane. And you don't have to stay in any lane. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to play football and then you want to design clothing, they have nothing to do with each other, but you can do both. If you want to be a mathematician and you want to rap, do both. You can do anything you want, and anything you want can and will be yours. And as in The Alchemist, the universe, all of the universe conspires to get you what you want once you put that thought in your head that you will achieve it. So everything you want can and will be yours. The second thing is there's no dream too big. Don't limit yourself. I would love to tell my younger self that if you want to be that civil rights activist, be the civil rights activist. If you want to be Secretary of State, be Secretary of State. If you want to be councilman for your borough, without telling you where I live, if you want to be councilwoman, be councilwoman. So there's no dream too big. Your dreams should be big, otherwise you're doing something wrong. Don't dream small. Whoa, dream big. The third thing, and it's something that I still tell myself to this day, is that it's okay to be proud of yourself. Without bragging, it's okay to say to yourself, I'm proud of you. You are smart. You did this. You made this happen. I'm proud. You are the first person who should be proud of yourself. The next thing is and this goes along with being proud of yourself, is that you are just as dope as you think you are. And I wish that I was there to tell myself that, because I think every human wants to be validated. And sometimes we look for that validation in other people when you have to get that from yourself. You are the first person who should think that you are dope. If you don't think you're dope, nobody else is going to believe that you're dope. So you have to walk with that attitude that I am it, so that other people will believe that you are it. You have to show them that you think that you're worth it. Otherwise, they're not going to take you seriously. And the next thing is that your parents are your best friends, and that's okay. When I was younger, I spent a lot of time with my parents and a lot of time with my family, and it was kind of weird because nobody was hanging out with their parents when they were in high school. That's just what they weren't doing. So it felt weird to me, but now my parents and I have an amazing relationship, and it's because we spent so much time together and we were so close. So that's okay, and I'm happy that I won't be one of those people who regrets not having spoken to their parents or never having told their parents how much they meant to them, or saying thank you to their parents for all that they've done, because they are my first supporters, my #1 fans, and they are the people who have the best in mind for me. So I love you, Mom and Dad. And that it's okay to be different. That yes, you are different and you are not crazy, and you should never let anyone think that you're crazy or make you think that you're crazy because you're different. Like, no, you're not partying every weekend. just being out in the street. That's not your life, and that's okay. It's okay to not be about that life sometimes. It's okay. And I wish somebody was there to tell me to save my coin. Big spender, what are you doing? I mean, when I was younger, and even now, like, I spent money like it was nothing. And having a savings and investing and saving up to travel, those are things that I should have been doing when I was a little bit younger. Even starting from high school, saving the money that I was making with the job that I had then, I'd probably be rich right now. So I would tell myself to save, to apply for more scholarships for college, to really start setting my life up back then. I know people say, you know, you don't have to have certain things by a certain age, but being the person that I am and that I was, I know I wanted to have certain things at a certain age, or be able to do certain things when I turned 21 or when I turned 25. So I would tell myself to save that money, honey. And I would tell myself to speak up more, to say what I want and say what I don't like and say what I didn't want to do, and to answer those calls and texts and emails no matter how hard the conversation had to be. A lot of the times I think I was afraid of hurting other people's feelings. I was afraid of confrontation, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So my way of dealing with it was to just not deal with it at all, to just ignore it. And sometimes I hurt more people that way, or I hurt myself more. So I would tell myself that. And the last thing I think I would tell myself is that you don't need a tragedy to have a story. I think I was fortunate enough to grow up in a home with two parents. We went to church every Sunday. I had brothers and sisters that I am extremely close with. For the majority of my life, I didn't lose anyone really close to me. And I think for a long time, you know, hearing other people's stories, I wasn't bullied, I didn't have acne, things like that. I thought that I didn't have a right to tell my story because I didn't really have one. Nothing bad ever happened to me. Nothing major ever happened to me. And I had to realize, you know, that doesn't mean that you don't have a story. That just means that God has blessed you so much that you have the opportunity to bless other people. You have the opportunity to take that fortune that He's given you and share it with other people, and to be a fortune for other people. So you don't need a tragedy to have a story. You can tell your story and help people see the light in their lives. So that's the advice that I would give myself, and I would give anybody in my life. And I hope that it kind of helps you. If you have some advice that you would give to your younger self, or to me, or to any of our fellow goddesses, tweet me with the hashtag #DearMe and the hashtag #TheCocoGawdess, so that we can keep the conversation going. Don't forget, and it's as important as ever now, whether you're milk cocoa, dark cocoa, vanilla cocoa, dulce de cocoa, or anything in between, you are definitely a goddess. See you next time.